No, no, no. I'll let you do it.
No, it's
Well, good evening and welcome everyone here. I know we have a good group that's gathered here together on site. We know there's others who are watching online. We want to say welcome to you too, whether you're watching this live with us or whether you are picking up on this as part of your daily routine to find out how to be healthier, happier, and more whole in your life, to be able to go pain-free and enjoy all of the things that you can. Every other night we have been having a drawing. We did a couple of nights ago, and we gave away this cookbook on natural lifestyle cooking. And this cookbook is full of natural health recipes, not the remedies. You'll get them as you go ahead and eat the recipes. But we're going to give this away to somebody tonight. So if you did not make sure your name is in the hat, so to speak, make sure it's in there, because somebody is going to win this again tonight. And then we'll have one more on Saturday night. Tonight we're going to have one more in our series on health from Dr. Bell Razafindrabe. And he is going to talk to us and give us more insight on coronary heart disease. There is much to learn about this disease, and it just kind of creeps up on us. And I'm excited about the things that he's going to share and looking forward to learning for the signs that I can look for and how to have a happier, healthier life. Before we begin, I just want to stop and we're going to pray together, and we'll just ask God to be with us. Dear Lord, we thank you for this special time that you have given to us. We're looking forward to the seminar this evening. We want our hearts to be happy and healthy. We know that comes from eating good foods, from exercise, and from living a life that comes from peace and rest and trust in God. And we pray that you would just be with Dr. Bell as he shares insight, wisdom, and knowledge of how we can achieve these things. Send the Holy Spirit to speak through him, guide him, and help us to hear everything that you're saying and to leave with a greater understanding of how we can be healthier and even hear your voice better. In Jesus' name, amen. Before Dr. Bell comes up here, I just want to ask you, don't go away. Make sure you stay here throughout the entire series. We're going to give this away at the end of the lesson tonight. So at this time, Dr. Bell, we're going to turn it over to you. Thank you so much for taking time to share these with us.
well, we studied few topic for this week already. We talked about health, we talked about food, we talked about exercise, we talked about pain, and tonight we talk about heart. So we are going to talk about something incredibly vital, something that touches nearly every family, coronary artery disease. This isn't just a medical term, it's a profound challenge to global health, and understanding it is a first step toward protecting ourselves and our loved ones. We will explore what it is, how it affects us, and most importantly, what we can do about it. Let's begin with the appreciating the incredible organ at the center of it all, the heart. The heart, as we can see on a picture, it's a marvelous organ. And this marvelous organ is a truly life engine, a tireless muscle that works every second of every day to keep us alive. This remarkable organ, about the size of your fist, is responsible of pumping blood, oxygen, and nutrients to every single cell in your body. It's a complex, finely tuned machine, and its continuous function is absolutely essential for our survival. But how much work does this incredible organ do for you? It has 4 chambers, 2 upper atria and 2 lower ventricles, as you can see. 4 precise valves: the tricuspid, the pulmonary, the mitral, and aortic. Those valves ensure one-way blood flow that has been working since before even we were born, and driven by some electrical system that is inside the heart itself that coordinate every contractions. And this electrical system has been working when you are about even 52 days in a womb until you die, non-stop. And so the pumps oxygen depleted blood to the lungs and organ rich blood to the rest of the body. I can tell you that this, following from the heart amazing physiology, we can consider the sheer scale of its work over a lifetime. Your heart beats on average of 60, 70 per minute. That's about 100,000 a day, which adds up to about 2.5 billion beats for lifetimes. And that about pumping 2,000 gallons of blood every day, 60,000 miles of blood vessels. If you look at that, it can be 60,000 miles vast network. If you look at that, the human heart and cardiovascular network contain so much miles, and it led end to end, your blood vessel would wrap around the world twice, just for one being. If we stretch that out, that blood vessel will wrap around the world two times. This massive network includes arteries, veins, capillaries. You might not even think about that. That's so much work for the heart to do. And these capillaries are so small that you can see just only a single red blood cells can go through the smallest capillaries. And at times, if it's really blocked, the small red blood cells have to squeeze themselves to get through it, to provide nutrient and oxygen to the organ that need it the most. So look at that. A single fist-sized organ, the heart, is responsible of driving blood through this entire 60,000 miles system every single day. So bring us to the heart lifeline, the coronary arteries. The heart itself is fed by the blood that it pumps, you know, and it is pumping blood constantly, but it needs its own dedicated supply of oxygen and nutrient to function. And this blood vessel around the heart is called coronary arteries, branching directly off the aorta. These coronary arteries branching directly off the aorta and divided into right coronary arteries, left descending arteries, and circumflex arteries. So those are the main branch of these arteries that come off of the aorta. This is why understanding this vessel is so crucial. So, the heart needs its own vessels. If this heart is suffering and dilated, those arteries also suffers. And if this artery is blocked, the heart is suffering. And that's what we're going to talk today. Building about these vital supply lines, we can turn into the silent epidemic. The coronary artery disease is just a health issue. It's the single leading cause of death worldwide, claiming millions of lives every year. In the United States alone, it accounts for about 1 in 5 deaths, affecting about 20 million adults. These are just the statistics. They represent life cut short and family impacted. This disease often progresses silently, making it a widespread impact even more concerning. When we talked about the COVID that claimed about 5,000 people a day, this heart disease claims more than that. Just in the United States, it might be about 4 big Boeing 747 crash every day. That's what the life claimed by this heart disease exactly is happening inside our bodies, and we need to look at this silent threat that happening. Inside those arteries that cover the heart, coronary artery disease doesn't just appear overnight. It's a process that unfolds silently over many years. This process called arteriosclerosis, the building up those is the root cause of coronary artery disease. It starts with damage of the inner lining of the arteries, often from things like cholesterol or blood pressure. Then the bad cholesterol sneaks into the artery wall and triggers inflammation, and over time leads to buildup of plaque, which narrows the arteries. So we have a healthy arteries, damage from some endothelial injury. The endothelial injury is the cell that covering this in the inside of the arteries. It can be from tobacco, from hypertension or diabetes, and create this cell to be unhealthy. When it's unhealthy, the lipids and the cholesterol stick in there and causing inflammations from cells, and those bad fat are oxidized and stuck in those damaged cells of the arteries. And so it becomes a plaque, fibrous plaque, and this plaque can break and cause some embolus get out of that. And so trigger tightness with thrombosis is when it's tight, blocked, or embolus when it's ruptured. So this ruptured or blocked coronary arteries has been building up not overnight. Sometimes we have heart attack one time. That's not the first time this heart has been suffering. It has suffered at early before 20 years, and then 40 years, 60 years, and most people at that age has some type of plaque build up in certain degrees, depending on your lifestyle. So this is the problem that we have. It's not happen overnight. We build it up for a period of time. And now we understand how this arteriosclerosis develop. Let's talk about the who is most vulnerable. Well, we talk about the risk factors. Who is the most vulnerable? This coronary artery risk shape the combination of something that we can change. We call it modifiable lifestyle. And some things that we cannot change about ourselves. Those called modifiable factors, things like, is a mix of things. Things like high cholesterol, we can change that. High blood pressure, we can change that. Smoking, pancreas, unhealthy diet, hypertension, type 2 diabetes, obesity, stress, those are most of the factors that affected our heart can be modified and changed to a better. The only thing that is we cannot modify is our age, our family tree, genetics, and male sex. But actually, those can be affected by lifestyles or genetics and so on. So most importantly here, as I mentioned to you, that all life, the risk factors are mostly modifiable. So when the heart is struggling, it often sends us signals, and recognizing the symptom can be life-saving. The most common symptoms is angina or pain in the chest pain or tightness that often comes with exercise or exertion. You might also experience shortness of breath, unusual fatigue, even palpitations. And sometimes, though, the heart doesn't cry out, which we can call it silent ischemia. This is why a regular checkup is so important, even if you feel fine. So these are time is muscles, because in every minute of delayed treatment result in irreversible heart or muscle death. In every minute of delayed treatment, irreversible heart muscle death. And so what happens when these symptoms escalate into a full-blown heart attack? Well, we call it acute myocardial infarction, when the heart stops getting blood, when the artery becomes completely blocked, usually by blood clot forming, a rupture plaque, and that's when the heart attack occurs. Acute myocardial infarction occurs. This complete blockade means a part of the heart is starved of oxygen. A part of the heart is not having blood flow. A part of the heart is struggling and suffering. And this muscle tissue will die. If it doesn't get blood flow, this muscle tissue will die. And so we talk about golden hours. Golden hours because restoring blood flow within 90 minutes dramatically improves survival and limits damage. It's a critical windows where every minute truly counts. So how do we confirm a heart attack and assess the damage? As I said here, that STEMI, it's a complete blockage. The most severe require emergency refusion. Non-STEMI is a partial blockage, still life-threatening. And I mentioned that irreversible myocardial necrosis or not enough blood flow begins within 20 to 40 minutes. And the golden hours, restoring the blood flow within 90 minutes, is very crucial. The brain does not take that long. The brain, cannot take that long. The heart do that. So important. So how do diagnose coronary heart disease and heart attack? It involves a combination of tests that help see what's happening inside the heart. One of them is the EKG that quickly shows signs of ischemia or infarction, and blood tests for cardiac biomarkers. So EKG, 12 lead, detect ischemia, infarction, arrhythmia, first line, rapid. Cardiac biomarkers, some of them showed early, some of them come a little late. It's a gold standard for acute myocardial infarction if elevated. Stress test. This is when someone needs to be tested for tightness of the artery of the heart, put in on a stress test. They will put stress on the heart and show the depraved heart blood flow. Echocardiogram is a live appreciation of the movement of the walls and any type of leaking of valves. And coronary CT angiogram can show the plaque, and the is putting dye into the heart to see if the dye can be blocked, and we can find where is the tightness. And so cardiac MRI. So those are a way to appreciate the value and also the damage the heart may have. These tools help us unmask the hidden killer and guide our treatment plan. But let's explore the various ways we treat coronary artery disease. The various way. Well, the next treatment, the crucial part is the treatment. Our goal here is to restore the heart vital blood flow and prevent further damage. We have two main approaches, the medical management and interventional procedures. Medical management, interventional procedure. The medical management is to use some antiplatelet therapy to thin the blood so the blood can flow freely. Statin that help the lipid so it won't really stuck in cage and plaque. Beta blockers that reduces the heart rate. ACE inhibitor is a way of medication to help the blood pressure, and nitrate when you have some type of chest pain. These are some of the medical management, but interventional part is using PCI, percutaneous coronary arteries, using a balloon, get into the arteries, and those balloon can be inflated and restore some opening of the arteries. And you can use some drugs along with this balloon that will help kind of thin the blood or prevent further blockage from the plaque. And beside that, coronary artery bypass graft cabbage is a surgical procedure that rerouting the blood flow using different type of blood vessels. So both are powerful tools in our fight against coronary artery disease. Now let's dive a bit deeper into managing specific factors, starting with hypertension. Hypertension, as we mentioned, is that the blood pressure can damage the lining of the arteries. So this is a critical factor. Controlling the hypertension is absolutely essential for heart health. Uncontrolled hypertension silently damages your artery and making them stiff and narrow, which directly contribute to coronary artery disease. When you have hypertension that is elevated and it's caused some type of injury to the artery wall, and make these walls of the artery getting stiffer, and when it gets stiffer, it's raise the blood pressure further. So hypertension treatment is very important. High blood pressure damages Hello? I'm still on? Okay. And is hello? Is that okay? All right, very good. ACE inhibitor calcium channel blocker, diuretic. Those are treatments that use for hypertension. The target for cardiovascular risk. So important to know that the blood pressure, hypertension is very important to control. So when speaking of critical risk factor, let's move on to the next one is diabetes. Diabetes, sweet control. Sweet, just as with hypertension, managing diabetes is incredibly important for preventing heart disease. High blood sugar damages blood vessels throughout your body, including your coronary arteries, accelerating atherosclerosis. Keeping your blood sugar level in check is very important here. This means careful monitoring, often with daily check, and working closely with your healthcare team, because diabetes double the risk of coronary artery disease and worsen outcome of the people who had myocardial infarction. This chronic high blood sugar causes the lining of the arteries to be dysfunction, stressed, and have more buildup of plaque. So in addition to that, when people are diabetic, we can have this neuropathy that can mask the angina. So people who have heart attack, diabetic might not feel the pain, and leading to a silent heart attack. We have the lifestyle intervention to low glycemic diet. Weight management is very important in controlling blood sugar and also the body's cells. There are some medication, if it's not well controlled with lifestyle, need to have any of these, metformin and all of that can be used according to your doctor's instruction. Now we talked about hypertension, we talked about diabetes. Now let's shift our focus to a broader picture of prevention, which is truly the most powerful medicine. Prevention, the most powerful medicine. Managing specific risks like hypertension and diabetes is important. But this powerful truth is that up to 80% of premature cardiovascular death are preventable. How much? 80% of premature cardiovascular death are preventable through lifestyle modification and risk factor control. You know, we are talking about maintaining healthy cholesterol and blood pressure, staying active, eating well, and most importantly, quitting tobacco. Prevention is truly the most powerful medicine we have. Thus, prevent it before it happens. Those are hypertension, for instance, is a silent killer. There is a silent things happening in our body that we might not even be aware of unless we are thinking about it. Even after diagnosis, secondary prevention through cardiac rehab and medication can significantly improve outcome. Okay, so these are the primary prevention, as I mentioned. Maintain your cholesterol below 100, your blood pressure below 130/80, achieve healthy body weight. You exercise about more than 150 minutes per week, and have a heart healthy diet, plant-based diet, quit tobacco, and manage diabetes. Those are 80% of heart disease can be prevented if we work on this. Secondary prevention is when you have already a heart attack, get some rehabilitation for heart disease. Stick with the medical therapy and do monitoring regularly. Now let's move on to diet and heart health. We talk about something we all do every day, eating. We talked about the food at the first of this program. Your diet plays a monumental role in your heart health. Diet. What you put into your body directly impacts your cholesterol, blood pressure, and overall cardiovascular risk. We are not talking about the prevention here. but we talk about sustainable choices. Think about incorporating these good choices. Huh? Food proved to be lower cardiovascular risk. Omega-3 fatty acid that found in a flaxseed, especially in some of the fish, reduce inflammation and lower triglyceride. So think about those healthy choice, plant-based diet, nourishing your body and giving your heart the fuel it needs to thrive. Those are important. A heart healthy diet isn't just a temporary fix. It is a lifestyle that we need to start and we need to maintain. It's a powerful step toward healthy future. You know, in a country, those refined food, animal-based diet is high of saturated fat, increasing in bad cholesterol, and salt drive hypertension, and sugar and refined carbohydrate contributed to insulin resistance, inflammation. It causes plaque. So we make a choice, as we mentioned yesterday and the day before. If we can make one change of what we do, that is a good thing. So now the power of plants. The power of plants, it can reverse the damage. Huh? The power of plant-based approach. Embracing a plant-based diet isn't just a trend. It's a powerful strategy for vessels' health. This way of eating focuses on whole, unprocessed food, like fruit, vegetable, legumes, or grains. These all work well. It naturally reduces your intake of saturated fat and cholesterol, which are major contributors to heart disease. Those from heart disease, from plant, actually reversing, cleaning the arteries, cleaning the good cholesterol, actually take away the bad cholesterol away from the vessels and treat it in a way that we will have less in blockage of the arteries. Think of it as nourishing your body with what truly needs to thrive. Okay? So the question is, how can we make these plant-powered choices a daily habit? How can we make it a daily habit? Following the idea of plant-based eating, let's zoom in. Fruit and vegetable, which is really a true medicine. These vibrant foods are packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that protect your heart at the cellular level. You know, they help lower blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and improve cholesterol levels. Aim for a colorful variety each day. Each color offers unique benefit. We talk about those colors. Each color have its own benefit. You know, eating more fruit and vegetables is simply toward preventing heart disease. And so making a difference. Let's move on to a more small but mighty. Nuts and as heart protectors. You know, despite their small size, nuts are very rich in healthy fats, fibers, and plant sterols that actively work to lower bad cholesterol. A handful a day can significantly reduce your risk of heart disease. And just remember to choose unsalted, raw, dry roasted variety to maximize their benefit. So it's simply addition that offers substantial protection. So look at those nuts. It has rich in non-saturated and polyunsaturated fat, lower the bad cholesterol. It's high in arginine, amino acid, and improve the lining of the arteries. And it's an excellent source of sterol, which block the absorption of dietary cholesterol in the intestines. So those are the nuts, the walnuts, the almonds, the pistachios, rich in anti-inflammatories and omega-3 fatty acids. So make a choice. Try to have a handful daily it can have a 30% reduction of cardiovascular event. Well, move on. Exercise as medicine, strengthening the pump. Moving from what we eat, now how we move. So exercise is truly medicine for your heart. Regular physical activity strengthens your heart muscles, improve blood flow, and help manage weight, blood pressure, and cholesterol. It's a cornerstone of cardiovascular health. Not only the heart, but when you exercise, our muscles become more efficient in extracting the oxygen and the nutrient from the blood vessels. So locally, exercise is helping the local muscles in the calf, in the thigh, in the arm. Even moderate activities like brisk walks makes a huge difference. So we need to get that going. How does this movement benefit more than just our heart? Well, exercise and peripheral benefit, as I mentioned. Training the whole body. You know, when you exercise, it doesn't just strengthen your heart, it trains your entire body, improving circulation, boosting your immune system, and enhancing your mood. It helps manage stress, improve sleep, and increases your overall energy level. This widespread benefit creates a healthy environment for your heart to thrive. It works locally. It's about training the whole body for a healthy life. As I mentioned, that those exercise, that the muscle that is exercising increase the capillary densities, improve the oxygen extraction from those muscles, and enhance the mitochondrial size, as we can see here. Then more efficient in using the nutrient coming from blood flow. So what happened to your resting heart rate is slower, make it more efficient, and so reducing the myocardial oxygen work and demand. So everything is better when we move. All right? Let's look at another crucial factor of heart health, stress. How to manage stress. Stress and heart. Chronic stress is a silent but powerful enemy of the heart health. When we are stressed, our body releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which can elevate blood pressure, increase heart rate, and even contribute to inflammation in our arteries. So this isn't just about feeling overwhelmed. It's a physiological response that can damage your heart system. So learning to manage stress isn't a luxury, it's a vital component of protecting your heart. So stress, as we mentioned, is chronic stress creates inflammation, accelerating damage in the arteries, and so on, so on. We can tell that those acute stress can be an anger that trigger plaque rupture and myocardial infarction, and so grief can be causing damage to our arteries. So as we know, stress often leads to maladaptive coping behaviors, into smoking, into overeating, into alcohol abuse, into physical inactivity. So we need to address that type of stress. So how do we give our heart the recovery time they truly need? Well, the recovery time, the heart needs rest and sleep. So that's why we need this. Think of a sleep as your heart nightly repair and rejuvenation cycle. During deep sleep, your blood pressure drops, your heart rate slow, your body works to repair and restore itself. Consistent quality sleep helps regulate and restore itself, you know, and consistent quality sleep helps regulate those stress hormones we just discussed and reduces inflammation. So sleep is very important. It is a deep sleep that creates environment for the heart to really truly rest. And so if you have chronic sleep deprivation, don't have enough sleep, sleep less than 6 hours a night, that increase the risk of hypertension, obesity, and coronary artery disease. Heart attack often happen early in the morning. So stress and lack of sleep can be a problem. Poor sleep disrupt the autonomic nervous system. And so we have this sympathetic tone is high and create more high blood pressure. And also we know sleep apnea is a major hidden risk factor causing intermittent hypoxia, not enough oxygen, and causes some severe heart strain. So aim for 7 to 9 hours of uninterrupted sleep per night. So prioritize that sleep hygiene and treat sleep disorder very soon as possible. That the sleep, but let's explore how ancient wisdom aligned with this modern medical insight. The heart in the scriptures. Well, the Bible speaks profoundly about the heart, recognizing it as the wellspring of life, emotion, and spiritual health. We can see in the Bible offer profound insight about that, not just as a physical organ, but as the center of our being. And so the scriptures mention that the heart as the source of emotion, decision, a spiritual life. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 17, verse 22, it says, "A cheerful heart is a good medicine, but a crossed spirit dries up the bone." In book of Psalm 51:10, "Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew steadfast spirit within me." Colossians 3:15 says, "Let the peace of Christ rule in your heart." So it's about cultivating peace, joy, and spiritual well-being. Those are the Bible reminds us that protecting our heart encompasses more than just the physical health. So we have this Bible that reminds us about the well-being, and all of it profoundly impact our physical heart. Okay, this holistic view is something we can all learn from. Let's move on in the, let's explore how ancient wisdom and natural approach can complement modern medicine in caring for heart. It's truly fascinating how many of these principles align with what we now understand scientifically based. We see a strong emphasis on balanced diet, often plant-based diet, which we know reduce inflammation and cultivate cardiovascular disease. And this has been established when God created human being at the beginning. God gave human being plant-based diet, and now we confirm the truth about that. So the importance of rest and peace of mind isn't just about feeling good. Chronic stress is a significant risk factor for heart disease. So when you look at this here, some of the highlights in the Bible: olive oil, a good fat, it's a staple of biblical diet, rich in monounsaturated fat that lower bad cholesterol and reduce inflammation. Garlic and herbs, used anciently for healing. Garlic naturally lower blood pressure and prevent plaque and inflammation. Fasting, it's a biblical practice known as intermittent fasting, which improve insulin sensitivity and cellular repair. If we delay our eating for 12 hours, that is helping our cells as well. And the rest, it's mentioned in the Bible. The Sabbath rest is a divine command for a day of rest, essential for lowering chronic stress and cortisol level. And so those are mentioned in the Bible that will help us to. Prayer and meditation proven to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, helping us to be more relaxed, lowering our heart rate and our blood pressure. So how can we integrate these timeless remedies into our daily life for a healthy heart? Well, we need to check on that. But moving from ancient wisdom to a cutting-edge science, let's look on how innovation is truly transforming the fight against chronic artery disease. we looked at how to prevent, detect, treat this disease. Think about some of these new things. The PCSK9 inhibitor, for example. These are novel biologics that can dramatically lower bad cholesterol, even for those who don't respond well to statin. And the use of some AI in analyzing EKG means we can detect silent coronary artery disease with remarkable accuracy. And often symptoms, even before the symptoms appear. These aren't just incremental changes, they are truly revolutionary changes. So there are few things that is happening about taking care of the heart. But the most important, as we mentioned, is prevention before even it starts. So what does this mean for the future of heart health? Okay, means that every heartbeat counts. I want to leave you with powerful message. Every heartbeat truly counts. And your health is largely in your hand. We've seen that coronary heart disease is largely preventable, 80% of it. And the choices, what you make today, profoundly impact your heart future. It's about knowing your numbers, your cholesterol, your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your BMI, and taking proactive steps. Don't ignore symptoms like chest pain. Seek emergency care immediately. Remember, the best time to start protecting our heart was 20 years ago. But the second best time is right now. What small step you can make today to invest in your heart? But the best time has been past 20, 40 years ago. The second best time is starting today. And I hope that you learn something from that and taking step. Instruct the young people to start taking care of their arteries before it started to build plaque and cause damage. We'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll talk about different topic that will also help improve your health. Mental activities is very helpful in helping our health. Now we'll have Pastor Joe talking to us about gift.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bell. I'm going to hold it. Hey, don't run too quick. Can I ask you a couple of questions? I didn't bring my phone with me. I tried to take a picture. In fact, I did take a picture, but it's not up here. That goes back to that short-term memory you were talking about the other night.
Yes.
So still trying to figure out how to hang on to the little that I have left. But the question that I had is you had a picture on the screen that talked about 150 minutes of exercise. You talked about 4, 5, 6 other different things that it would help your heart with optimal health is what I kind of took from it. But does that mean, do we need to do all of those things at one time? What did you, there were 5, 6 things on the screen at one time.
Yes, we mentioned about that as well as yesterday, about making step that we can do consistently. You can make a choice. For instance, you can say, I would like to introduce 1 beans a week if I haven't done that before. If you want to exercise, you can say, I'm starting today, I'll do some stretching for 10 minutes every morning. Or you can mention and say, I'll starting having breakfast rich in nutrients. Those are very helpful. If you're a smoker, you can say, I can try to reduce the tobacco. And then when you see the benefit, you can really build it up. So you can be encouraged by the effort you make.
So even just one thing has
right.
a dramatic impact.
One thing is dramatic impact, better than nothing.
Okay, I'm kind of curious, if you just raise your hand, how many have tried to do something that Dr. Bell has been sharing with us this week? I know I have.
Wow, that's
Wow.
good.
Isn't that great?
That is very
Wow.
good. That is
Wow.
very good.
That's great. Thank you so much, Dr. Bell.
You're
I'm
very
looking
welcome.
forward to
It's
the.
nice to be
We want to give
here.
away something.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And so I want to invite my wife, my beautiful wife Tammy, to come up here. Come on up here, dear. I'll give you a hand. You got it. Okay. We kind of have to stand right around in here. We won't be in the camera. So we have another book that we're going to give away tonight. What is this called?
Natural lifestyle cooking.
All right. You cook pretty naturally sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, pretty simple.
Unless I'm trying to steal chocolate from somewhere. So I'm still. All right, so natural lifestyle cooking we're going to give this away tonight. You've got a basket full of names. And I understand that if they already won, they're not in there. So you have a few
Yes.
less names.
That's true. I did take those out.
All right, well, I'll do the drum roll, you do the draw.
Well, I picked last time. You should pick this time to be fair. I don't want to.
Okay.
Rig the
Actually,
system.
Dr. Bell, why don't you come up and pick the name? You pick the name.
There we go.
I see people praying, so, okay. So, all right, you've got, you can,
Oh, it's Julie.
oh, well, Julie Rogers, you're a winner. So, come on down, or up, come on up. There you go. All right, thank you very much. The rest of you, we're going to do this one more time. It'll be Saturday night, and I know we're going to have a full house, and these have all been so inspiring. Thank you so much, Dr. Bell.
Thank you.
We've been blessed, really. If you've been joining us online, it has been such a blessing. Thank you, dear. To be able to listen and learn and apply these things. It's really been invigorating and a lot of fun. So we're going to go to another session, but until we see you the next time, have a good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.